Hi friends, I'm preparing for Tata Mumbai Marathon 2023. How about you? Last Mumbai Marathon was in the year 2020, and after due to COVID there was a break. So Mumbai Marathon is back after 2 years. So I'm really excited to have this run. And if you are a runner or if you are preparing for a marathon, it's going to be a very informative and interesting video for you also. So keep watching. So my best for Mumbai Marathon was in the year 2011 when I did 21 kilometers in less than 2 hours, which was 1 hour 58 minutes. But now it's more than 10 years, and I have to keep my target as per my current physical condition. And that point of time, my body weight was 75 kgs, but today I'm 85 kgs. So I'm going to discuss today about that how I'm going to prepare my body for this, and what I'm going to wear and what we are supposed to eat. So for me, it's going to be half marathon this time. I'm not running a full marathon. First thing what I'm going to talk about is a crash course for the preparation for a half marathon. I have got 7 days for this half marathon to run, and I have also not prepared much of. So in these 7 days, I will try to do at least 2 mileage runs where I would like to run at least 12 to 14 kilometers in one stretch. It will test my endurance, my stamina, and it will activate my muscles. It will make my muscles used to. And also, I would like to have at least two sprints, because when you do mileage runs, you don't use all of your muscles. When you do sprints, you activate all your muscles so that on the race day, those muscles will not be surprised. The last day, 14th of January, I am going to keep it as a rest. For any run, your priority should be that you should be able to complete it injury free. And to stay injury free, there are two things what I would like to recommend you. Definitely try to walk 10 to 15,000 steps. If you don't have time to get onto a treadmill, that's fine. And also try to stretch your lower back, your legs, hamstrings, feet, and everything. It is extremely important. The next topic is gears, what we are going to wear. Most important thing over here for this marathon is going to be your shoe. And as I am an overpronator, so I'm going to use my GT 2000. It's a shoe of Asics. Don't tell me that you don't know what is overpronation. Well, if you don't know, let me explain you. Broadly, you can categorize people in four categories: overpronator, neutral, supinator, and flat foot runners. So overpronation is this, that when you run, when you land, you have tendency to turn your feet inside. Turn your feet inside after landing. So which increases your possibility of injury into your ankle, into your feet. And if you have this, if you're overpronator, so running very long could be a very tiresome job for you. If you are a supinator, you tend to keep your feet outside. After landing, your feet tends to get outside. In this condition, this part of your feet will get tired. If your landing is neutral, in that case, you don't overpronate, you don't supinate, you run onto a neutral way. So this is the best way of doing it. The tendency of overpronation is generally with the people which are slightly higher in weight, but it's not limited to that. So a human feet has got three arches in it. One, second on the opposite side, and third is here. These arches work as a shock absorber for us. So when you overpronate, you have a tendency you land it and you turn your feet like this. And also make sure that your shoe, what you pick up, is also a support to your three arches so that you can run injury free for long distances. Also, the socks for running is also very important, because in this particular socks, you can see that this band is different. This band is knitted in this socks differently. So what is happening? This material is a stretchable material, elastic material, which is pulling my arch. This band is pulling my arch. So if you are going to Nike, Under Armour, or Asics, maybe, so you can pick up specifically running socks where this band will try to keep your arch uplifted, so that even after running for distances, you will not get tired. So I'm going to introduce you the shoe which I'm going to use in this half marathon. This shoe I had bought in year 2017. It's a very old shoe. It's a 5 to 6 year old shoe. And you can see the sole is almost worn out. So I have done more than 10 half marathons using this shoe. So it's going to be my last marathon, last half marathon with this shoe, and after that I'm going to say goodbye to this. And let me also explain you the reason that why I have chosen this shoe. I would again like to emphasize that our objective here is to run injury free. Let me share a couple of advantages of this shoe and the reasons why I have selected this shoe, and I hope this knowledge will help you to select the right shoe for yourself as well. So this shoe is GT 2000 and this is 2017 model. Your shoe sole tells you quite a lot about it, that where you land. Here you can see that this shoe is worn out from here. So it means it's worn out from here, this shoe. So I land from here. And when we land onto concrete, because most of the marathons we have to run on the concrete, so this gel material over here, it absorbs the shock and it does not let it come to our heel. This is the first thing about this shoe. Second thing about this shoe is that as this is the most impactful area, so Asics uses AHAR, it is Asics high abrasion rubber. This rubber is made in a way so that it does not get worn off, and as you can see that I have run more than 10 marathons using it. The third most important thing about this shoe is this guidance line. You can read this here, it is written guidance line. So it means that the moment you're going to land, it's going to give you a kind of guidance. So this shoe will try to make your running style as much as possible close to neutral. As I told you that I have tendency of landing and then turning the feet inside. So there is a hard plastic material which is given over here. So it's going to support my arch. Here you can see that it is written Duomax. This is a EVA, but this is Duomax. This is very hard material here. Here we don't have arch and we are landing here. So that's why they have given a kind of a soft EVA material, but here it's arch area. So this material is really, really very hard. So that the moment I'm going to land, it'll make sure that I'm not turning inside. So I'm an overpronator. I don't need gel kind of material outside. But the people who supinate, so for them, there is a shoe from Asics which is Nimbus series, but that has gel kind of material here. It'll try to give you cushion over here, and with the guidance line, which will try its best to keep your running style closest to the neutral so that you can go for longer. And if you are still not impressed with this shoe, let me give you a comparison of this shoe with my Skechers. Yeah, that is pretty much of it. And still further, you can still select the right socks for you. Try to use cotton based socks which does not slip inside the shoe when you run, because if you will use synthetic material socks, so it will slip inside your shoe and you'll be uncomfortable while running. And as for the clothes, you can wear a compression top and bottom. So the compression bottom, the compression top, what it'll do, it'll help you to keep your back straight while running. It'll keep the chest open up and it'll keep your back straight, which is the right posture. The fatigue to the muscle will be comparatively less, but it's not necessary. It's not mandatory. If you can manage to get it, you can get it. And as far as the t-shirt is concerned, avoid cotton. I mean, it's my suggestion, because the cotton tends to absorb the sweat and it will hold it. It will not dry quickly. So try to get a t-shirt which is of a smooth surface. Why smooth, I'll tell you later. And which is a quick dry or something. So while running, you encounter quite a lot with the air, and it'll help you to evaporate your sweat, and you'll not be uncomfortable with that. And why I ask for the smooth surface, if the surface of your t-shirt, of your clothes is coarser, so when you run, so it'll run against your nipples. The people who are running their first marathon and all, you'll realize that the abrasion is so much that you start bleeding from there. And the final thing, what my suggestion is that you put your running bib number 3 inches below your chest here. The thing is that it should not be like at this area, otherwise when you will run, it will shake, it will make this movement, it will hurt you onto your body, and you would not like to waste 5 minutes again just to settle your bib once again. So from this portion, 3 inches here, put it onto your stomach. And the final thing, that what I'm going to eat and drink. So if you're going for a longer run like a half marathon or a full marathon, so don't be on a fast a day or two before. Don't be on intermittent fasting also. Try to consume calories because you are going to burn out. And I highly recommend just a day before of the run, don't have spicy, oily food. Otherwise, while running, it'll keep reminding you that you had that food that day, and the digestion will not be proper, and it may cause acidity to you, and acidity will lead it to high heart rate, and you will feel like tired when you start running. So try to not to have, so you can have the food which is easily digestible. Onto the running day, I suggest you, the moment you get up, have lots of water. Why? Because I don't want you to have lots of water later, because if you will have a lot of water later, then you will keep peeing on the way. You will have to stop for a couple of minutes and urinate, and then start your running and all that. So if you get up and if you consume a lot of water, so maybe by the time you leave your house, or maybe by the time you reach the place from where the race is going to start, you will have enough time to use the washroom and keep yourself hydrated. Also, at the same time, to keep your bladder empty and get ready for the race completely. For the race day, I recommend before you start running, have some complex carbs. And I take complex carbohydrates, because if it is simple carbohydrate, so it will give me energy immediately, but I don't need a burst of energy, but rather I want sustained release of energy over a period of time of couple of hours. So I will go for complex carbohydrates, which is like, in my case, I mix muesli and seeds with flavored yogurt, and I have it. It digests slowly and it keeps generating energy. It gives you a sustained release of carbohydrates and calories, which keeps giving you energy for the run. So, guys, if you're still there and if you're still watching, so thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that I brought a lot of interesting information for you if you are a runner, or even if you are planning to start running. So, catch you again maybe during the preparation of these run, or maybe I take you along with the marathon. Thank you for watching.